A lot of people wonder how to start an abstract painting, and it doesn't have to be difficult. It all depends on how you think about it. I'm going to show you a few ideas on how to begin. There are lots of different ways I use to start my paintings, and for me it depends on what I feel like doing that day, or what I'm interested in trying. Some people are nervous about the blank page. I'm going to show you that the beginning can be the most fun and freeing part. And this is where the camera fell. We're going to use several different starting points on one paper, but you can use as many or as few of these ideas as you'd like. One way to start is with collage. I had an old book page that I made some marks on, and another book page that I used up some extra paint on. I tore these up into random shapes and started gluing them down in different spots using matte medium. Another way you can start is by scribbling. You can use lots of different tools for this: pencil, crayons, marker, charcoal, watercolor pencils. You just have to be aware that some things will smudge if you put wet paint or water on top, so you might need to work around that or embrace the smudges, or put some fixative over those marks. A fun way to start is to write. It could be how you're feeling that day, something to pump yourself up. It actually could be even your shopping list. Most of these things will get covered up later, so put whatever you want, but that feeling will still be in the painting every time you look at it. You could also paint in some numbers, shapes, or lines. It looks like a big mess here now, but you'll see how we can pull it all together. Some of these marks will peek through a bit, and it adds some depth and history, so have fun here. When I have whatever I want down on the page from my beginning layer, I get out some white or off-white and start toning the painting down. I cover up some of the parts I definitely don't want to show at the end. I had chosen my star color before I got started, and that's another way you can start. I think to myself, what color do I feel like today? How am I feeling today? Is there anything I want to express on the page? It helps me to connect with myself before I get started. Because I love bright colors, I usually get inspired by a color and then go from there. With my main color, I start filling in some of the other areas, covering up some more of the starting layers. I chose this orange because it's transparent, so I knew that some of the previous marks would show through. Some of the paints I chose are opaque, so they cover up more than the transparent ones. Then I started using some red to fill in other areas, and mixed in some white so I would get different values of color. You can see how even though you can see some of the words and numbers underneath, enough is covered up so no one would know even if you wrote your shopping list on it at the beginning. I wanted to get a variety of dark, medium, and light colors, some opaque, some transparent, big marks and small marks. Having differences and opposites make the painting interesting and move your eyes around the page. I'm switching up the areas I'm painting, filling in some of the blank spaces, covering up some of the marks. If you tried to get those random marks on there on purpose, it would be difficult, but doing this way is easier. When I got a lot of color down that I was happy with, I started emphasizing some of the marks and shapes that I wanted to show, like darkening up some of the lines, extending some, and making some of them look more pronounced but messy. I had seen a piece of collage paper that I hadn't used and thought it would look good to put it on at the end, so tried out some options. We started out with collage, scribbles, words, colors, and shapes, and now we're almost done. It felt like it needed some yellow on there for some extra zing, so I added some before I put down that last piece of collage. And then I put a few more touches of black and I was done. In the end, none of the words are recognizable, but when I look at the page, I'll always remember that it tells me I'm brave and strong and to be myself. Let me know if you tried any of these ideas and how it felt to get started in a low pressure and fun way. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Have fun creating.